Hello everyone, welcome back once again to the Mania 7 Key World Cup 2017. My name is Juan Cristal. Today I'm here joined with Connor and Deadbeat. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good to hear, man. How about you, Connor?
Alright, as long as the client doesn't explode.
Oh,
Right.
that's something, that's something we can really guarantee. Hopefully it will be no problems for any of us here this time around, as we're not in the particular best time zone for most of the commentating team. But in any case, we will be showcasing today the match between South Korea and Thailand. This is a quarterfinals matchup, and these two teams are the only top seed encounter. So Thailand being the top seed of the group A, I believe it was, and South Korea being the top seed of Group D. So this will be the first matchup of the quarterfinals that we will have this whole weekend. Actually, today all the 4 matches will be in a row, and this is just the beginning. And as you can see, we have the first warm-up already.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thailand came second in Group A as the top seeded team.
Yeah, an interesting result at the end of the day for the Group A, with the United States taking the top. Even though they were not the top seeded team of the group, they were a high seed. But in any case, stuff that happens. We saw Brazil getting eliminated on group stage and they were a top seed. Thailand made it through in a complicated situation against the Russian Federation, but still a win and a ticket to advance into the quarterfinals right now. And Thailand is definitely one of those that will be fighting up there into the later stages of the tournament. I can expect Thailand being probably the strongest candidate to take the number 3 spot if they cannot really beat Korea or China. But we have to see right here. We saw Korea performing super well on the group stage in terms of accuracy, in terms of long nose, in terms of just anything really. He only lost 1 point against Singapore so far. And even though I would expect China to be one of the rivals that Thailand will be able to take on the quarterfinals, we have to see if Korea might underperform a little bit to give Thailand a slight chance.
I was just looking again at the group scores from last weekend, and the grouping for Group C was actually perfect. China, top seed; Indonesia, high seed; Poland, low seed; Argentina, unseed.
Yep, that was a good and accurate way to see the teams. I think it's actually the only one that happened. Not sure about Korea. Actually, no, because Philippines was a low-seeded team, so yeah.
Yeah, because Group D was top seed, low seed, unseed, high seed.
Yeah, I mean, that's counting a win by default, so... I mean, it will probably have been top, low, high, unseed. But it's still, like, keeping the win by default. The Singaporean team ended up losing the 3 matches.
Yeah,
So,
it's been a bit of a mess really, but I quite like these sort of unexpected results. They
Oh,
throw a
man.
little more interest into the tournament.
sign me up for the upset World Cup. I'm really a fan of this kind of things, especially like seeing friends into the bracket stage already. But I don't know,
I'll
keeping
take the
up
upset World Cup over the Ugu World Cup any day.
with
Upset World Cup sounds amazing.
not too sure about you, but I'm only seeing 2 players on the Thailand side. Might very well be because he's not on the correct slot, because I believe I saw Senonias actually talking a moment ago.
Yeah, one's in the wrong slot. Confirmed.
Hey, that's why the warm-ups exist, I guess. And this is a pretty popular pick already, as this is the second time being selected as a warm-up. And he is, of course, a recording of one of our commentators, Evening, and map selector, just eating popcorn, you know?
That sounds delicious. The popcorn, I mean. The popcorn sounds delicious. I like popcorn.
Don't forget you're in it too, Juan.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm here too. Gekido and Matt are also featuring artist, I will guess. One of the unique maps that the Mania community has. I believe this is one by Jinjin.
Yeah, there's a 4K and a 7K diff that are both by Jinjin, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, party.
And there goes Matt.
Just getting Sandy eating popcorns. Seems like he's out of it.
I don't really know how to comment on this, if that is even possible.
For it.
This is just... Oh god, the jump trill pattering.
Oh my god, there's a lot of people.
I mean, a jump trill-ish motion there.
It's an eating.
Like I said, there's not many things we can really say about this one. It's just a dump-ish beat map right now. It tries to emulate the sound, but it's just nonsense, really. This is just a meme warm-up. Yeah, you might not get it. And this is just a person eating popcorn, really. Like that's the song. Like song. If you know what I mean. Like there's no one actually eating something or talking. That's just part of the map.
Some people map some of the weirder stuff.
Yeah, I really don't know how people could stand mapping this at all.
I do approve of the source though.
Well, the source is pretty good. I remember the day where we were talking on the channel.
Oh, were you there when this happened? Oh yeah, featuring one, of course you were.
Yep. At least the background is somehow pretty cool, I think. Like some of, I believe it is United States versus Brazil matchup on Fastest Crash. On the finals of the last Forky Mania World Cup. And there's the second warm-up, I believe, ready and selected. Oh, another Jinjin piece. I don't think I saw this one before. This is, I believe it's Sumitai Misitsu Tohaka Zetachi no Hyuyayo? I'm not sure if that's the way to pronounce it. Probably not. But hey, I think that was quite close and had the silver medal.
Would have been better than me trying to say it.
I mean, if you want to give it a shot, I'm not stopping you.
No, never.
Well, the background kind of reminds me of a picture that Shoegazer could have as an avatar picture, to be honest. Seems to be a hard rock selection here by Shiro. Not exactly sure why, but
Make it harder?
I mean, yeah, it is like the hard rock modifier usually just gives you a tighter hit judgment, so you have like a lower margin to hit a perfect 300s and in general just a higher OD. Like it works like a higher OD on Scorby too. but there's not really much point on doing it in this particular scenario, as there's no way to use Harrock in any of the normal picks of the map pool, so it's mostly just solely for the fact of training and showcasing at this moment.
I
But-
maybe it's just a bit of fun for the warm-ups.
Yeah, he's doing definitely really good on this one. He's still holding the full combo with Harrock. Quite impressive. I mean, besides everything right here, the accuracies from South Korea are once again mind-blowing, as one third of the map is already completed. Everyone is holding more than 99.7, and Stonias and Jacats are just doing it really nicely here. Still triple full combo squad here if I saw Korea. Not really much we can say about this moment. It looks quite structured in general. This long nose section is quite easy to follow musically, but as you can see, Mon is having some sort of issues into the transition, and there you have a long notes breaking everyone's combo but Kim God. Scorby 2 definitely showing how punishing the long nose selections are. There you have, this is one of the most difficult sections in terms of coordination, it seems to be. And there you have it, Jax, long nose in general. What a crazy warm-up. Kinda good to train every single regard of your skill set, so I'm not really that against this selection.
I mean, you say it's a crazy warm-up, but South Korea's lowest accuracy is 99.3-ish.
I mean, it's crazy for me, definitely not crazy for the Koreans, or at least not crazy enough.
Yeah. I mean, Thailand's done around like 97%.
Oh, those checks at the end were quite nasty. Still no problems for South Korea, only 1 miss for Jacats, 3 for Estonians and 4 for Kim Gods. Now looking great for Thailand into the warm-ups, but this is definitely a little bit ahead in terms of difficulty level compared to the actual map pool. So it might very well be that Thailand pulls out a closer fight into the best of 9 series that we will have just now, as the captains will now find themselves into the first battle of the day, into the role selection, see whoever bans first and picks first. So far it's looking like Thailand has an above average roll right here, 58, not bad at all. And Jacats, oh, Jacats with a 6 will take the first ban and
58
second
might
pick.
be kind of like an average, but I think it's a little higher than 6.
I mean, it definitely is. I mean, it's like 52 points higher than 6. That's definitely good enough.
It's a bit of a gap.
Oh, Korea's actually banning pink gold. I'm a little bit surprised about this one. I will have expected something like, I don't know, like Promise maybe? Given that Thailand is one of those teams that you can't really expect them to do well on long nose, so it's a good option to knock out one of the long nose selections. It seems like Thailand will end up banning. Is that a selection or is that a ban? I'm not sure if XDAD is a ban or a pick.
Not a clue. Okay, so I think
They
Xstep
were
might be
mentioning
the
something.
ban?
Not sure. Yep, it's looking to be the ban. It's actually a pretty good one. I like it. One of the most technical selections out there in the pool. Probably one of the harder ones as well. And given what we just saw from South Korea into the warm-up, it makes a lot of sense to ban the map by Joel. I think one of the most technicals and unorthodox out there on the map pools. Mini jack usage in general, slow progression. It is a complicated one. Let's see about the picks here by Thailand. Not too sure what they are discussing right now, but it seems like it will be Promise? Well, it makes sense, right? It's just the one that I call that South Korea might have ended up banning, but instead leaving it open will be the first choice by Thailand to go against the South Koreans. One of the hardest long no picks right here. We're about to see. I'm not calling South Korea down on this one at all. I actually will expect Korea to do quite well on it, but if they don't have WDS, which is probably their main long no player, they might struggle a little bit. Moni is, in the 4K regard, a really good and strong long no player, and when it comes to 7K, also really above average, I will say. Like, he's better than most of the people. So with Shiro and Xenonia, they might barely have enough to take down Korea in at least the long no picks. But the fight from the Koreans will definitely be there. Let's see if Thailand can do well when it comes to the reading regard into this map, as this is one of the most harder parts of the map made by Jin. It's about not messing up the reading, as you see control into the right and left hand when it comes to releases and holds. No breaks whatsoever. The lead is still in favor of Korea, but not by much. As we progress into the second third of the map. And I believe we have the first drop already. This time is for Thailand. Shiro finding himself a break into the long nose section just a little while ago. Releasing before time, if I recall correctly. Causing him the first drop of the match. Still holding a really solid accuracy though. Compared to Xenonia, which is holding a full combo still with 98.4. The lead just keeps growing a little bit in favor of South Korea right here. Stonia is finding himself the first break from the Koreans, but Moni is there to equalize them, finding another break into the inverse section. But still keeping up the accuracy, 99.64. Difference is around 40,000 points. It's a big, strong lead by South Korea, and the map is pretty close to be concluded. Only 1/8 of the song is still remaining, and unless something really huge happens for South Korea here, I don't see them losing it. And the Cats still doing a godlike run right here, 99.8. But there goes the break by him. It won't be enough though, as Xenonia's accuracy is too low comparison. And South Korea will just end up taking the first point in the long no selection. Besides the efforts, Thailand won't be able to pull it back. And that is the first selection. We have the top score this time by Estonians with only 1,200 and 150. Shocking performance by him. Besides the combo break, amazing ratio as well. Look at that, only 243 regular 300s. Compare that to like Xenonia's, which was holding around 1,000, and you just can tell the difference by the numbers. Besides the full combos, King God just 9 200s against 67, which was the only full combo for the Thailand side. Overall, Korea's accuracies is just overtaking Thailand into the first selection. Seems like we are ready to jump into the second one right here. Is going to be Reverb. This is the pick by South Korea. What can we say about this one? I recall it being quite consistency oriented. It's also one of the longer ones out there into the map pools, but in general, this is one of those maps that really favors South Korea, something that is long enough for them to keep the consistency at a good level and forcing the other team to make the mistakes before them. And since they are like kind of looking as a dominant one right now, I definitely expect them to do better on this one than Thailand, but we shall see. The mini jack surprises into the first section might be what Thailand needs to recover right here. Yes, as it seems to be right here, it's just mostly pure accuracy and consistency. As long as you can hold up this level of difficulty, patterning wise, it's not really that complicated. It is flow enough to follow without too many issues. Have some shield usage, no one dropping. Like, it's mostly just focusing enough to notice the breaks and managing them properly in order to get the accuracy up as much as possible. And it seems like everyone so far is doing an okay job at it. Thailand is definitely behind in terms of accuracy, but not by as much as I was expecting previously. Lowest accuracy is still by Xenonia, 99.2, but oh, there goes the break by him. First drop of the multiplayer room by the Xenonia. Not edging the distance that much besides the break here, but definitely looking good for South Korea into the second third of the map. Alright, still really looking really good for South Korea. There's not much I can really say about this. As long as South Korea just keeps this out, they shouldn't have too many issues. And in this transition, which is fairly easier compared to anything else, there's not really break opportunities, but the long nose might be what Thailand needs in order to find a break in the South Korean side. Not even the burst catching anyone off guard. But now entering into the chorus might be the chance for Thailand to recover. Kim Gotsi, it's still doing a fantastic job with 99.7, but Jackass and Estonians are just outshadowing that performance with 99.84 each. And once again, another break by Xenonia here, pushing Thailand a little bit behind, even more than what they were before. And only one full combo now remaining into the Thailand side, as well as Moni finds himself a break once again into this Jax. transitioning from the Jack into the long run seems to be a problem here from Moni and Xenonia. He's still doing just fine, but accuracy-wise is not comparable to any of the South Korean, and the gap just skyrocketed into 60,000 points of difference. And I don't know, we might just see the dream for South Korea here with triple full combo. Leaving aside the fact that the aggressors are just being insane, might very well be the case. I mean, at this point, at this rate, they have been full comboing this the whole time, so I don't really see them dropping unless they just lost focus for a little bit. And hit like the hit bars, the judgment lines are just quite consistent. I don't really see them dropping at all, so we might as well see the triple full combo here into the quarterfinals. Longness are not being a problem here, although they are not as easy as they seem. These are quite complicated. No one is dropping, and South Korea will take the triple full combo victory here. 2 million, like almost hitting the 3 million score right here, only 20,000 points away. And I believe this is looking really good for South Korea. I'm not too sure what Thailand can go for right now. They lost on one of the best selections, was the previous long no one, and they might as well try with SVs right now. Doppelganger is.
I believe we also have an evening here, if I'm not mistaken.
Hello,
Hey Ebony, how's it going?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Well, I mean, I will not say that I'm sad, but seeing Korea doing that well and not even giving the slight of the chances for Thailand, it's not really that cool, man. And
Well,
just in
like-
case they bring up Kobo now.
Well, like Thailand is doing really well too. I'm really surprised that they actually can, almost par with South Korea at this point.
I mean, yeah, it's not that they are that much behind by any means, but South Korea's performance is just godlike here. There's not really much you can do about when you have a team that just doesn't drop at all. What can you do? You just have to out accuracy them, and it's not something that. But in any case, it seems that we have Doppelganger already prepared to be used right here. This is your map, as we were talking about in the showcase. This is one of the SV selections, and you will just notice by watching. One of the riskier selections. I mean, it makes sense for Thailand to go for this, but even making it sense, the edge of accuracies right here is clearly in favor of South Korea, as they are all on the 99s, and Moni right here for Thailand is holding 95. But hey, at least we're getting to showcase this one, which is a really fun map. You just see the SVs working in a passionate way, following the song quite well. Good demonstration of an editor using it at its full potential. There goes the first break this time for Xenonia. I believe he dropped at a 50 on one of the long nose too, so not looking good for Thailand at all. There's still no breaks for South Korea, but the accuracy have been lowered by a reasonable amount. Everyone is behind a 99.5 besides Jakat, which is barely holding over it. But the Thailand sides are just finding more and more miss it. No one is holding the full combo still, as Shiro broke himself the combo before. But the accuracy are closer than before, and in this particular SB pick, it is at least surprising me a little bit to see everyone doing that well. Still no breaks for South Korea though. This is just insane. What can you pick against South Korea? They just do well on everything. Kama though finding the first miss for the Koreans, not going to be enough at all, as more than 100,000 points of difference is taking place right now. And I just see this as being unrecoverable point already. It just requires a fail from South Korea, and if they don't even break, how do you expect them to fail? This is already a point for Korea, no matter the circumstances, I believe. And 3-0 it will be. Memorable performance here by the South Korean team once again, with Jackats and Estonia's full comboing the particular map here in question. Best score once again goes for Jackats with 10-200 and 1-100. Although the only perfect full combo here is for Estonia's with only 12-200s. Worth to mention though as well that Shiro with only 2 misses and a reasonably high accuracy, almost hitting the 99s, being the closer one to hit the combo into the Thailand side. But again, South Korea is just not a team you can take without, like, I don't want to say being lucky, because it's not even luck. They are on a different level. The South Koreans are definitely on a different level, and Thailand is suffering that at the moment. And I want to call that South Korea is probably having one of the better days. Like, besides them being that good, I'm pretty sure they are doing better than average. And this in their particular days, right? I mean, Jackats is definitely a god, and Estonians and Kovo are really, really good players too. But I think they're overperforming a little bit this time around. The rages are insane, and just not dropping at all is a good signal of how much practice they spent into this one, and how good they are just doing today. There it goes, instantly selected by the South Koreans, I believe. We have Esperides, one of the most speed-oriented beat maps. I believe this is the fastest ones, including 400 BPM birds. In general, comfortable pattern though, but this is, at least for South Korea, this is an accuracy pick, I believe. They can call this speed without too many issues, so might as well be a battle to see who gets the higher accuracy this time around. For Thailand, I can expect them having some issues in terms of speed, as you see Moni finding themselves a break already. But as you can see, and we mentioned it on the previous showcase last weekend, this is a pretty straightforward map. There's no much into reasoning right here. It is just comfortable patterning in general. It's just a BPM that is higher than what we are used to see in previous rounds, and more about just keeping up the difficulty ramp right here into the second half, managing to hit the burst accurately as they go up to 400 BPM. In general, comfortable patterning, as you just saw. They are just simple stairs. I believe they are pretty spammable if you are not that fast, but you should be fast enough at this stage, I believe. Once again, drops by Xenonia and Moni. Shiro is this time doing a really impressive job keeping the full combo with 99.2, but it won't even be close to be enough. As you can just see, the accuracy from South Korea, they are all the exact same. Estonia is just 0.01 points ahead. And with the last burst, we find another miss from Moni, and South Korea takes the point once again. Almost triple 100% right there. What is going on in Korea? 2 200s for both Jackats and Kovo, and only 1 for Estonians. Just not much Chiro can do by himself. Like the full combo by him with 21 200s is impressive on his own, but what can you do against Korea? Like what can you really do? Sidonias with only one miss, Money a little bit behind with 12. This just not this is just insane. Again, I cannot describe in words how good Sakura is performing right now. And this is potential match point right here for South Korea, and the Thailand side will try to answer with romantic layer. And this was a fast match so far. Let's see if Thailand can take it back in one of the other long note picks that we have available here. This is one of the shorter ones, 1 minute and a half. So I believe this is a pretty good one for them, because if like you can't really expect Korea to drop. That is a hard thing to find. But if you happen to find the South Korean team having issues and missing, it's better to be on a shorter map, because the chances of you overtaking their score difference in a map that is shorter is definitely on the favor, as a miss counts for a lot more in a map like this, which is shorter. But in general, this map has a complicated bracketing in general, so if the players are not really prepared for this one, the long no ability will not be enough to just take it back. And as you can see, Xenonia's accuracy is once again being a problem here for Thailand. I mean, South Korea is just, everyone is holding more than 99.9, so besides the accuracy from Xenonia, it will probably still be a dominant lead, and into the kinda jump drill-ish patterns over there, like the doubles, transitions, end up being a problem for Xenonia, sadly. Thailand is not looking great onto this one, because the map is almost over already, and into this inverse section, Jakats is being the only one dropping for Korea, but Xenonia is finding himself a couple of breaks, dropping it down into the 97. Moni and Kobo once again try to miss it there, but the difference is just too big at this moment to even matter. And Estonia's once again with the full combo. I believe he full comboed every single map on this round. Only 8 200s will not take the MVP slot whatsoever, as Shiro shines himself with 1 200, at least taking that back from the Koreans, but it won't be enough. Korea will take the 5th point and win the matchup, advancing into the semifinals winners bracket. Thailand will be knocked down into the losers bracket. They are not eliminated yet. This is a double elimination system, but South Korea with a dominant performance here will face, I believe it's the winner between Chile and Indonesia next weekend. Also, it's important to notice, for those who are interested, you can now purchase the banners for your favorite team, as it is usual for the workouts. This is not this is the same case as before. You can go to the O store and pick up a banner for one of the 8 remaining teams that made it through the group stage into the bracket stage. So if you feel like supporting, for example, Team South Korea, who just won, you can go to the O store and buy yourself a banner. Or you can also support the Thailand side, for example, if you feel they are still on the run and they could very well take it. So you can go to the OSU store, buy yourself a banner. It will stay on your profile long enough until the tournament finishes. And if you happen to support the winner team, it will stay for a little bit longer. So go to the OSU store, check them out, and purchase some of the banners if you feel like it. And with that being said, I believe we still have around 20 minutes until the next match, which I believe it is China against France. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Yes, my studies have been working. I mean, it's a little bit sad to see South Korea stomping this hard as it was last year 4K World Cup. Kind of like the same thing.
I
But
think
hey,
it was to be
what can you
expected.
do?
I mean, it's South Korea. This generally happens pretty early on in bracket stages.
I mean, yeah, but it just will be a lot cooler if they just lost a couple of points. Like, it will make
They just lost.
maps a little more interesting.
Imagine they lost.
Well, I mean, they lost one map so far though, so they're still not unbeatable. They can lose, as they lose once, but I don't know, man. I just don't see other way around this. I don't think anyone can just take down Korea. But we have to wait. There's still 6 teams to perform right here into the quarterfinals. So we might as well see one of the most impressive comebacks here. And we might even see Thailand being up there into the last stages. Or it might just be another of the teams that right now has to play.